Hey Sprouts. So, as you know, there's a lot of things happening in the world right now. With the whole Ahmaud Arbery case going on, with George Floyd happening, and everybody coming out with Black Lives Matter and everything. It's amazing the support that people have been getting and the support that has been flowing out from everybody. But I gotta say this. I know that there's been a lot of noise, there's been a lot of talking, everybody's been having to say something, and I just feel like it's irresponsible of me to not say anything and to not speak out against this. If you're on my Facebook, which most of you are, and most of you, that's how you see my videos in the first place, is through my Facebook, and that's where I usually post them, so that I can get out to my people. You've seen me on Facebook. You've seen how I'm so angry about everything that's been happening. I am irate. I am upset. I am tired. I'm exhausted. But that's the whole thing about it. I'm tired. People are like, oh, well, like, where was this before? Like, why are we just now hearing about this? Blah, blah, blah. Or other people are saying like, oh, just save face. Just keep quiet. Just, it's fine. Just comply. Just do what the police say. Blah, blah, blah. I don't think you're realizing that that's what we've been doing for all of our lives. I'm 21 years old, and that's what I've been doing my whole entire life. Yes, I am still alive. But there are people who have been complying with the police and have still seen injustices, as we all now see, that has been in that video, that there are so many videos of people doing this and justice not being served. I don't know if people understand where the Black community is coming from. Let me not say that. I know that there are people who can understand where the Black community is coming from. There are a lot of supporters for what is happening. It is like a very small percentage of people that are not understanding what is happening and why we are all upset, and like, why can't the world just be okay like how it was, or should we make America great again? That man. But I just want to come on here like completely barefaced, no wig, like, to give y'all some experience, some perspective. How about it? I myself have grown up in a lower middle class house for most of my life. It didn't always used to be that way. When I lived in South Carolina, we were basically living paycheck to paycheck, as my parents described it, because I was too young to remember it. But I've always been surrounded by white people constantly. Like, I've always been, when I lived in South Carolina, I lived in a very, very, very small town, and basically only white people lived there. Only white people. We were like the only Black family in the whole entire town. When I went to school, I remember I went to Hunter Street Elementary School in South Carolina, and I was one of the 3 Black kids in the whole school. I remember when I went to that school, I did not see Black people that were not my family, basically, for a very long time. when we moved down to Florida, who am I? When we moved down to Georgia, that's when basically everything changed. I went to a public school here in Georgia, and it was just all black kids, which was a complete like culture shock for me. I was like, wow, it was insane. Basically throughout my life then, after 6th grade I was homeschooled, and then when I went into 7th grade I was homeschooled. When I went into 8th grade I was private schooled. So it was another culture shock flipped back on its head of going from an all black community, all black everything, to basically predominantly white. Can't say all white because there was some black kids, but predominantly white school. And I remember going to that school and being asked so many questions. So many people came up to me and were like, da 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 da. Like, people asked me, I remember this boy came up to me and he was like, yeah, but you've got pretty long hair for a black girl, right? Like, usually black girls have really short hair or like no hair, right? So like, what do you do? And I'm like, what kind of, like, my cousins had hair all the way down to their butts, like when I was like 7, so I didn't understand. Like, I had cousins that had hair all the way down to their waist, and I had cousins that had hair that was like right here and would not grow. Like, that's not a thing in the black community. But people used to assume that I didn't shower because I didn't wash my hair every day, so that automatically meant that I didn't shower. I remember getting my hair straightened all the time, like every week without fail. It was like Wednesday, I went to the hairdresser and I got my hair redone every Wednesday, because I wanted to fit in. I wanted to look like the other kids. I wanted to have my hair like flowing and beautiful and everything, right? As some people know, in the 9th grade, I had to get basically most of my hair cut off. My hair was about down here, and in the 9th grade, I had to get it chopped to like basically a short bob. If you've seen the short bob that is in my newest Instagram post, it was basically like that, but my hair. And I had to get that done because people pulled on my hair when I had it in braids. People would come up to me and yank on my hair, and all of that pulling and that tension made my hair fall out. So I never did that again. I still don't get braids in my hair to this day because I'm always concerned about people pulling on my hair and it falling out. I've had so many people ask me like why I'm black, or like why I am the color that I am, or like different circumstances. I've been called the N-word so many times. It's not even funny well, it wasn't funny in the first place, but it's not even, things have been assumed of me. I remember I went to college, and I went to a predominantly white college, and one of the directors just made me feel like bottom of the barrel. Like, my teachers would push me on to be great and to be awesome, but sometimes I just felt like, what's the point if I'm not gonna get any roles because there are only like 5 lead roles for black women that are specifically sanctioned for black women, but I have to go above and beyond because all of the black women in the musical theater community are going to be going for those same exact roles. Like, yes, people are like, oh, it's really hard to be a blonde in musical theater because there are so many blondes. But there are so many roles for so many blondes. So, my friend that I went to school with, she decided that she wanted to do a Black History Showcase, which was fantastic and it was amazing, and everybody supported this idea, and it was stunning. I'm so glad that she did that, because it really started to open up the people their eyes. It started to open up their eyes a lot, and they started to see that the people that you're not getting to see on the stage, the people that you're not casting, the people that are in the background, the people that are doing tech and stage hands, they have talent. They are amazing people. They have hard work ethics. They are getting stuff done. In my college career, I saw so many people that did not get the opportunities that they needed to get. And it breaks me. It destroys my heart. And now we are in this time of change. I went on a date yesterday, right? I went on a date with this boy, because your girl is single. And we were talking about Disney, because duh. And we were also talking about everything that's been happening with the Black Lives Matter movement. And I remember telling him, 2020 is a year of change. It's the beginning of the new decade, and all I can do is hope that things get better, that things change. All I can do is hope that things will change, and that they will change for the better. Because if they change for the worst, I can't even imagine what my life will look like if they do. Because it's already difficult being a Black person in America. You are always looking around your shoulder for anything that could be happening. You're always getting told to be quiet, or do this, or stay in line, or be this, or da-da-da, in order to not have racist comments thrown at you. That's victim blaming. That's like telling a person who was assaulted that they shouldn't have egged him on. That's like telling a girl that's not wearing the right clothing that she should put on some more clothes, or she wouldn't have bad things happen to her. Because I don't want anybody to get super triggered up in here, because that's not what this is about. But we've been dealing with this our whole lives, and I don't think that it's too much of an influx from previous years. I just think that it is being recorded, because I have heard stories of crazy things happening to people, things that you would not even think would happen to people, and they have happened. And it's just crazy, man. It's just crazy. And I'm like, racism affects every person of color, and most of the time in very different ways. They affect every person of color in their jobs, in their skills, in their education, in their beauty preferences, in almost every aspect of your life. It affects you. So I'm glad that it is finally coming out to the forefront that people of color have been dealing with this for a while. And please don't tell me all lives matter, because right now they don't, and they haven't been. To me, all lives don't matter. They don't. They just don't. They're like, that's not even, like, you can't say all if there is an exception. You can't. That's not how the word all works. You can't say, all of us are doing this thing, but this person over there didn't. That's not how inclusion works. Sorry to break it to you. But don't come at me with that all lives matter stuff, because Black lives don't matter right now. And they need to. And it's high time that my people matter. It's high time for racial slurs to not be thrown at people's faces. It's high time for me not to worry about if I marry anybody because I'm Black. If I have any kids, they will be Black. And I worry about my imaginary kids in the future because they will be Black. Like, period. Like, they're, like, they have a Black mom. They will be Black. What? I don't want to have to deal with that. I don't. No person should have to deal with that. And the fact that we've been dealing with that in our community for so long, it amazes me, really. It really amazes me that we've had to deal with this for so long. And people are like, oh, Black people are like so hard and they're so mean and they're so rough. They're just like, So then Black people smile more and they say hello and they're nice. And that's still not good enough, you know. Like the police report that happened, I don't know when it happened, but I can leave a link down below, of the woman calling the police on the Black young people who rented out an Airbnb, and the lady lived across the street from them, and she said that she called the police because they did not wave back at her and they weren't nice, and she'd never seen them before in this community, so she decided to call the police on them. Y'all, the fact is, Black people are tired. We're exhausted. We are done. We can't take any more of this. Our generation is not the one to play with. We ain't the ones. I will tell you now, we ain't the ones. So, oh, and of course I should put this on here, huh? I am not saying that all cops are bad. I'm not saying that all white people are racist. That's not what I'm saying here, because people will misconstrue your words so badly. People want to make you seem like you're saying something that you're not. And that is the mentality that we're fighting against. That's it. You are the problem. That person is the problem. You, like, please use your privilege to better the community and better other people's lives so that all lives can matter. Hopefully by the end of this, we will see that all lives matter. We will see a change in the police force. We will see a change in the world, because this is a world global matter. This is not an American matter. This is about people in their core, down in their roots. This is about 400 years of being oppressed systematically, interpersonally. It's a culmination, and this is just the Ahmaud Arbery, George Floyd, they were just the catalyst to having the whole world blow up. So I just wanted to come in here unfiltered, well, kind of unfiltered. I'm not gonna like cuss and stuff because I don't want to hurt your vision of me. I'm a good girl. I hope that y'all have a great day. Stay safe. I don't want to hear about any of my friends getting hurt. If you need help, if you need to donate, please do so. Stay inside if you need to. Take care of yourselves, take care of your mental health, because not everybody needs to be on the front lines. Like, I'm terrified to go out there. I'm terrified to go outside. I'm so scared because I live close to Atlanta. I live really close to Atlanta, and I don't ever want to feel what tear gas feels like. I don't ever want to feel handcuffs on my wrist. I don't ever want to feel what it feels like to get beaten by a baton. That's not on my list of things to do. I've felt racism in my life as a constant through line. But my parents always told me that I can be anything that I ever put my mind to, and that nobody can stop me from doing that. So I want to pass that on to you, that if you put your mind to something and you work hard enough to do it, you can be anything that you want. I don't care what color you are. I don't care what sexual orientation you are. I don't care what anything you are. If you are kind to people, if you persevere, if you work hard and do your due diligence, you can be anything that you set your mind to. And that includes working hard at taking care of yourself, because sometimes that's the hardest thing to do. So before I start crying, I'm gonna get off of this and I'm gonna just go ahead and upload it without any edits or anything, because I do owe y'all a video, but the last few weeks have been hard. I uploaded a video of my graduation with my family, but I just didn't want to put my family on YouTube. I'll ask my family later on today if they're okay with it, because it's more than just my parents. They're okay with it, but I wanted to ask my other family. So I hope you guys have a blessed day, and if you don't want to have a blessed one, I'm sending you all of my good vibes that I possibly can, while taking care of myself. I love you guys. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay woke. Bye.